It's time to turn them loose, and the Access Man 23 of Jack Brownlee's gets the start. Darcy Rasmussen in second spot with the 54 of Jackson Clark starting to apply some real heat. Here comes Brodie Morris in the 62 car. So Morris now up into third. Oh, we've got a little bit of a tip over and a tangle down there in the exit of turn 4. That was a nasty one. You had a little bit of contact between a couple of cars, and one of them just can't see from this vantage point. We'll see if we can get someone on the infield to let us know. But, gee, that went over 3 or 4 times. That'll be a real story at school on Monday, that one.
Well, a frightening moment there for parents, of course, but pretty well protected, these quarter midgets. They've got plenty of framework around them and all the safety gear inside, so try not to be too concerned about that. It is the feature race for the quarter midgets, of course, and this is what they do race for, so plenty of pressure on here. And it looked like it was Jack Brownlee's getting to the front pretty early, and Jackson Clark getting squeezed up against the fence there in the first couple of corners. But we'll make sure we get this young racer off the track and checked out and looked after.
Yeah, we were just talking about the progress earlier of Caden Simmons, and you know, you just see the track craft of these youngsters. They start off and you know, it's all a great big picture that they're not sure how they're going to paint the rest of it, and boy, I'm just so impressed with how you see them coming up through the ranks, and everything augurs well for the future of Speedway with the strength and the talent in the quarter midget class right now. You know, they're right into it. They put on a whale of a show for youngsters too, and they are of course running a series around the South Island, the Mike Greer Holmes Quarter Midget Series. They've had round 1 at Ellesmere. They're up at Nelson on December the 8th, back here Ruapuna February the 17th, Greymouth March the 30th, and Nelson on March the 31st, the Mike Greer Holmes Quarter Midget Series. And they're just getting bigger and bigger in numbers, and the talent pool is equally as big. Super impressed with how the quarter midget class is developing right now.
So it looks like Kyla Hinton is the driver of that car, and she's being pushed to the infield, still inside the car, so that's a good sign that she's being checked out, and she'll just probably take a few deep breaths and just imagine what it's going to be like on the school days on Monday, mate, just talking about her big moment at Ruapuna Speedway. But good to see that she looks all okay. So the quarter midgets will self-start, get themselves up and running. It's most probably going to be a full restart as the accident happened in the first race. In actual fact, who's that?
Georgia Lewis. Yeah,
it was Georgia Lewis, in fact, that had that tumble. So Georgia Lewis just sitting there on the infield.
Yeah, gee, I can remember the first car I rolled was a Morris 8, and I was about 18 or 17.
That'd be the 50s.
And these kids get out here on Saturday nights and throw the dirt around. You know, if you're a grandparent or a parent that wants to get your child into speedway racing, remember to duck down to the 12 car driven by Ben Everett, and that car is for sale. Looks like Glenn Everett, father, and his wife and children are heading over to Australia. So, yeah, they've been good supporters. A little bit of heat, a little bit of smoke coming out down there with one of the quarter midgets down the far end, whether that's an issue or whether it's just loaded up with fuel and so on.
Yep.
Who knows from this distance?
Yeah, we've got Lenny and the boys checking it all out down there, and they'll be making an assessment on that car. Looks like it's going to get a wee push off, which is a good sign. And a few more laps for that youngster around Ruapuna tonight.
Yeah, a bit of a pity that Darcy Rasmussen went away from the see-through car, but, you know, immaculately presented, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's quickly improving as well, AJ, that 71C car, Darcy Rasmussen. And he's a real threat to Jack Brownlee's. And, of course, Jackson Clark had a pretty good start in that last race. Let's see how the 54C car goes. And they're about to get into their feature race now.
Yeah, and then we've got Brodie Morris in the 62, so the cat is among the pigeons here. Quarter midget feature. Green flag flies. It's Rasmussen on the inside. Brownlee's on the outside. They start shuffling their way across the racetrack. Here comes Brodie Morrison, the 62 car. Saw the gap down low under Rasmussen. No sooner was he halfway there, Rasmussen slammed the door shut in front of him. Jackson Clark, he's now joining the fun there in the 54 car. Morris gets shuffled back to the 4th spot, but Jack Brownlee's on the way to his umpteenth feature win in the in the quarter midget class. That Access Man Machine, he leads. Rasmussen in 2nd, the 54 of Jackson Clark in 3rd, Brodie Morris in 4th, and Monika Rawson in the 8N car. Hard on the tail of Brodie Morris and running a big high line, trying to keep the momentum up. Now she just tucks down a little bit lower, seeing if she can make the move on Brodie Morris. Laps counting down. Jack Brownlee's running around the top side, puts his sister Macy 1 lap down. Brownlee's, Rasmussen, Clark, that's the race order. White flag about to come out. One more lap of the speedway here in the quarter midget feature. And there is absolutely no doubt about it. With Jack Brownlee's, comes round, takes a checkered flag, another feature win on the board for him. Darcy Rasmussen 2nd, Jackson Clark in 3rd, 4th will be Brodie Morris. Monika Rawson rounds out the top 5 in that 8N car. And some real talent on show there among the quarter midgets.